What's up, people? This is Mike here, Row Comics. Today is October 22nd, and it is Tuesday. Tomorrow, Wednesday, is New Comic Book Day. We are yet another New Comic Book Day. And let me tell you something. With all the shit that's going on in the world right now, all the crap, all the nonsense, comic books are the one thing that seem to make sense. Or at least you hope it makes sense. And this week, as with last week, there are a lot of good books from both sides this time. There are good books on both sides. Stop. But yeah, you know what? Enough rambling. Let's get to it, huh? Shall we? As always, we start off with DC. And DC, I'm not going to try to be hyperbolic. I'm going to keep it level, restrained. I'm always the optimistic pessimist, but this is the second week in a row there were more DC books that I liked than Marvel. And now, mind you, I like both. Don't get me wrong. This isn't one of those tribalism things like, Marvel's good and DC sucks, or DC sucks and Marvel, well, actually I just said the same thing. Yeah. But in this case, for yet another week, I was pleasantly surprised by the output that DC, and also not just the output, the quality of the output, the quantity. Because a couple weeks prior, there was like only 5 or 6 books that DC dropped. Now, mind you, it could have been because they were getting ready for Comic-Con, whatever the case was. It doesn't matter. They're back. So we're gonna talk about it. Let's talk about it, shall we? We're starting off with Absolute Wonder Woman. Now, to be quite frank with you, I didn't order a lot of these. Now, I'm assuming that the goodwill from Absolute Batman will carry to Absolute Wonder Woman. But I'm telling you guys right now, I didn't order a lot. And I did do a reorder, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I will get them. So, if you have any interest in this whatsoever, I mean, the art in here is really, really good. And the story's okay, but I'm definitely more impressed with the art than I was the story. The story's good. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to. I have to be direct. I have to be specific with my words, because if I don't say something about something, then there are assumptions that are being made from the things that I didn't say. So I will tell you that this is a well-drawn book. And this is the second Absolute. The third will be Superman, and I believe that's in 2 weeks. But right now, we are with Wonder Woman, and this drops tomorrow. Up next, we have Action Comics, number 1071. Let me see. Actually, let me make sure that's 1071. No, sorry, 1072. 1071 was last week. For some reason, not for some reason, they did this in the 80s too, where they had Action Comics be a weekly title. Now, I don't mind that at all. There are 2 stories in here. One is Superman, the other is Supergirl, and that's A-okay with me. However, what I would like is I would like a dropping of the price, because that would be nice. That would be nice. If you're going to do a weekly book, then lower the price a little bit. Maybe, perhaps. Come on. You're going to be making crazy amounts of money next summer with Superman. So how about doing that? Come on. Here we have Batman Brave and the Bold, issue number 18. Now this cover here is by Simone DeMeo. And, hold on one second. Oh boy. This world's getting crazy. It's been there so many years. And here we have the B cover by Christian Ward. I do like both, but I kind of like the Christian Ward cover slightly better. Yeah, I mean, again, Simone, there's so much, it's so kinetic. There's so much action going on, bro, Okay, if you missed it the first time around, here's the second printing of Batman The Long Halloween, The Last Halloween, number 0. Right here. If you need it, get in touch with me. telling you right now. That's all I have to say about this, because we're moving on to the next book, which is DC Horror Presents. This is a Tyler Crook cover. Not familiar with Mr. Crook or Mrs. Crook, depending on Tyler can be a man or a female's name. But as it says here, there are two terrifying tales: Deadly Dollhouse and Wonder Woman. There's something else there. I can't. I can read the bold, the big letters there, but the smaller ones are very, very, very tiny on this monitor. So, but yes, there is this cover, and I did get a variant, I believe, but I think it was Francavilla, maybe, but it's gone. So I don't even know why I mentioned it. It's no longer available. Sorry. Here we have Detective Comics number 1090. This is featuring the new creative team of Tom Taylor and Michael Janin. Janin's art, as always, is phenomenal. Phenomenal. Like phenomenal. Taylor, I didn't read it, but I'm hoping it's better than Nightwing and Titans. Tom Taylor, for me, he's becoming a Brian Michael Bendis as far as I'm concerned. Whereas he is a writer that does a bunch of books, and when he does, he gets his choice of excellent artists. He always seems to work. Bruno Redondo, who was Nicola Scott, was doing Titans for a little while there, and here he has Michael Janin again, which he's also worked with before. But the art is phenomenal. The Flash, number 14, Mike Deodato is doing the cover here. Now, I'm not exactly sure what this is about, because I think I read somewhere that Barry lost or exerted all of his speed force, and he is no longer a Flash. But I guess this is about Wally, I'm assuming. I don't know. You'll have to read it and find out. What do you want me to tell you? Everything? Come on. Here we have the final issue of Death in the Family. Robin Lives. I really, 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 really am hoping. I really am hoping that this issue ends with Joker murdering Jason Todd with a crowbar. Like, that would be symmetry for me as far as I'm concerned. Because this entire series here has been a what if. What if fans who, in my opinion, voted correctly back in the day to murder Jason Todd, what if they went the other way and they voted for him to live? And this is what we're seeing play out in this 4-issue miniseries. This is the final issue. And I really, really, really am hoping that he gets murdered at the end of this issue. Just because I don't like the character, but also I do think it would be symmetry. And in the interest of disclosure, I have read the issue, so I do know what happens. But I'm hoping that that's what happens, because that would be awesome as far as I'm concerned. Green Arrow number 17, another book that has picked up. The art in here is really good, and the story was good by Josh Williamson. And I believe Chris Condon. There's two stories. Well, yeah, there's two stories in here. The main one, and then there's a backup story where Green Arrow meets a character from the DC universe. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed this. Green Lantern Dark. Now, I didn't have a chance to check this out. I don't even know Werther Dell'Edera? Dell'Edera? I think that's how you say his name. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he does the art. He did the cover. I'm pretty sure he does the art in the book. Apparently, this takes place in... Oh, geez. What was it? I can see it. It was an alternate universe dimension type thing. It didn't have to do with Armageddon 2001. It starts with a T. It's like right on the tip of my tongue. Oh my God, Tangent. The Tangent universe. I'm pretty sure this takes place in that universe. So if you like your, it does say up in the upper right-hand corner, Elseworlds. So if you are an Elseworlds type person, which I occasionally am, then you might like this. And if you do remember the Tangent universe too, then this is right up your alley. Here we have Harley Quinn, issue number 44. Mindy Lee is doing the art, and it's a little cartoony. I guess I didn't see anything wrong with it. It's just I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a Harley person. I do like the covers that Frank Cho did, and when you get a good cover artist on there like Jennifer San, I'm trying to think of some others that have done Harley before. I enjoy that, but for the most part, the interiors, they're good, but it's just not my cup of tea. And you know what? That's A-okay. Up next, we have Hawkman. This is number 4. This is, of course, a facsimile. I wish it was number 4, the real number 4. But no, this is a facsimile. And as you can see, they didn't bother facsimileing the price. It's $3.99. But, yeah, Hawkman. Not a favorite character of mine. I just never could get into him. There was a 90s series that they did with Hawkman that was actually pretty good. Maybe late 80s, early 90s. That I did enjoy. But just... I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. That's why I didn't like metal and the death metal, because they used like the nth metal, and Hawkman was a part of it. And even Hawkgirl, it's not a male-female thing. It's just literally... I like the concept of it, the fact that this is a character that continues to get reincarnated. I do like that aspect, and it's all tied into like Egyptian mythology and whatnot. But there's just something about it. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Even when Legends of Tomorrow, when he was in Legends of Tomorrow, actually, the only rendition of Hawkman I think I enjoyed, and this is going to sound crazy, was Black Adam. But that's probably because I like Aldous. If I didn't like the actor playing the character, then I probably wouldn't like the character either. But I do like Aldous from Leverage. So I thoroughly enjoyed his character of Hawkman. Here we have... Oh, why did that move? Here we have Nightwing, issue number 119. Dan Waters, who I am not familiar with, is doing the writing this time, and Dexter Soy is doing the art. And both are okay. I'm curious to see where it goes. And, yeah, that's it. Okay. Power Girl. Yannick Paquette did this cover. And the interiors are by Adriana Malot. Now, I love Adriana's art, so I'm there for that. Leah Williams, I've read a couple stories of hers that I have liked, but I really need them to clean up like whatever it was they did to Power Girl in the interim. I'm not a fan of that with the name change and whatever. Like, I mean, you know, hey, at least I appreciate Adriana's art, and that's all that matters, is the art to me. I mean, the words do matter too, but only in certain circumstances. Something like this is, and with Adriana's art, it's just, for me, I just appreciate the art supersedes the writing for me. And that happens with some books too. Like, you know, the especially Brian Michael Bendis books. He always has good artists, so that's the good thing about it. And I guess that's why his books consistently sell, because he has good artists doing his books. Lord knows it's not for his writing. Here you have Superman, written by Joshua Williamson, drawn by Dan Mora, who is a beast. Like, I don't know if he's had a lot of time to draw all of these books, but he's like, I think he's doing 3 books now, and he is just his art is phenomenal. And in this issue, as you can see, there's a new Superwoman. I don't know her. I think her I was gonna say her origin. I think her identity has been spoiled, so I'm not gonna say it just in case you don't know. But you see her on the cover there. You know, if you followed the book, then you would know who it is. But this was a good book. I mean, I like Superman, so I enjoyed it. Here we have Zatanna. Oh, this is the final issue. I thought this was number 4, but we are on number 5. This is book 5 of Bringing Down the House, and this cover is by Javier Rodriguez. And yeah, I want to see more. I want to see more Zatanna. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to say this. I do like Rodriguez's art isn't as bad, or actually I shouldn't say bad. The style, what I would prefer for Zatanna is more Frank Cho is the default as far as I'm concerned, because he draws every woman curvy, and that's what I like. That's just my preference. But I would prefer somebody like that, or Adam Hughes, or George Perez, rest in peace. You know, someone like that. There are other people out there that whose names escape me, but I would prefer them drawn. But I do like Rodriguez's art. Do not get me wrong. He reminds me of Paulo Rivera, and there's one other person in that style, and that's what this is. This has been a pleasant surprise, because when I saw that he was drawing it, and like you see the cover like this and all that, you're like, oh, this is, you know, he's gonna draw it like, you know, that style, but it's not. It's better. It's better. And also, everybody that comes in and buys a DC book will get a copy of this DC Connect while supplies last. And as you can see, Aquaman is coming back. Jeremy Adams. Jeremy Adams is good. So hopefully he will get Aquaman back to the Jeff Johns level of coolness that Aquaman had. Alrighty, here we go. This is the MCU now. Number 2. Technically for me they're number 1 always. But this is Alien Romulus, which if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook or what's the other one, TikTok, you would have seen the video. This is what started last week's video too, and I'm like, Romulus doesn't come out this week, guys, but they had it there. This is the prequel to the movie. If you saw the movie, which I did, I enjoyed it, I guess. I didn't hate it. There were a little too much remember this and stuff like that. But then again, the first Alien movie came out in 1979. So I think people of that age are probably past the point of annoyance where like, oh, look, this is that character and they did this thing in this movie and whatever else. I mean, the story was pretty good. The characters were okay. I do feel the criticism, as far as my main criticism for this movie, was that there weren't enough humans. When you have an Alien movie, you need a lot of victims. And in this movie, there weren't enough victims, as like, for me. But this is, I think this tells the story of the ship that's involved in the movie. So I thumbed through it. I didn't have a chance to read this, which I really did want to, but there it is. They're calling this an annual. I don't know why they're calling this an annual, but it's a one-shot. But yeah. Here we have Avengers number 19. Now, I've enjoyed the past 2 issues, which were written by Jed McKay, and Storm joins the team, as you can see her right there. So I'm good with that. I believe, is that Doom right there in the upper right-hand corner? Because I don't know if you've heard this, but Doom is going to be pretty big next year. So see what happens with that. Here we have Conquest 2099. This is issue number 2. This is a 5-issue miniseries. And Nova with claws. What? Huh? What? Dazzler number 2. This is a 4-issue miniseries. And that's a Terry Dodson cover right there. I'm always down for the Dodsons. And it looks like Strong Guy and Domino show up. And I'm down for that too. I also threw this one in because I do like Pablo Villalobos. And this is a variant of his. And I dig it. Here we have The Incredible Hulk, issue number 18. And this is Philip Kennedy Johnson. I always get him in, Daniel Warren Johnson confused. I wonder if they're brothers. They got to be related. Just not telling us. Philip is a writer, and Daniel, of course, is a phenomenal artist who is working on Transformers and To the Moon. And actually, I'll let you know later. We'll talk about him later. But this one here is Philip Kennedy Johnson. And, number 18. Here we have Iron Man. Iron Man, number 1. This is, I wish I could tell you who this was written by, but there are no credits on the book, the cover here, or the file that I have here. So I can't tell you who wrote it. I can tell you, though, that the art was pretty good. And this begins the Stark-Roxxon War. And I don't know exactly what, there's apparently, I guess, Emma, who he was married to for a hot second, made him some kind of armor or something like that, because he mentions it. I thumbed through this. I don't exactly know where Stark is, because to be honest with you, I mean, as funny or as hard as this may be to believe, Iron Man was never a popular character back in the day. Like, he was always like C level, D, you know? And it wasn't until Robert Downey Jr. portrayed him in the movies that the popularity and people start thinking that he was an actual A-list. He became an A-list. So it just depends on the writer as far as I'm concerned. And I've been saying that a lot. Hopefully you guys aren't playing a drinking game where you drink every time I say that, because you'd probably have alcohol poisoning by now. But this was okay. This was okay. What I read, which wasn't all of it, but Scarlet Witch number 5 with Daredevil for some reason. But I do have to say, I really like this cover. I don't know why. Maybe the red and the green, maybe the way Wanda looks, and even Daredevil, and maybe what's going on in that green section, like those windows, whatever this is. I have no idea where they are. I don't know what's going on. It looks like Wanda's using her powers, but I dig it. It's freaky. Spider-Boy number 12, featuring the first appearance of a character. Now, if first appearances are your thing, then this is going to be the issue you want to pick up. And also Daredevil's in here, by the way, in case you didn't notice. That's him in the red throwing the baton, and Spider-Boy's right next to him. Here we have Spider Society number 3. This is the penultimate issue of this 4-issue miniseries. Jesus Christ, maybe I've been drinking too much. And yes, that is Cyclops with the Iron Spider legs. And he also has spider powers. And it looks like that could be the Secret Six, the Sinister Six. Lord have mercy. Spirits of Vengeance, issue number 2. I don't know who did this cover, but I dig it. I think it might be Christian Ward. It looks very Wardish, but I could be wrong. But I do know that Johnny Blaze is in this issue. Spoiler alert. Star Wars. Now, wait a minute. I don't remember getting this issue. That's weird. I think this was last week. I'm going to have to go check my invoices. But if this came out this week, this was on the list. Let me see. Oh, I can't do it now. Damn it. Okay. But if this is in, I do have it. It's issue number 2 of 4. And this tells the tale of after Return of the Jedi, before Force Awakens. So you have that little time period there. Here we have a really cool cover. This is Venom, issue number 3. Now this is the facsimile. However, if you don't want a facsimile, I also do have the first printing of this issue right here. And I believe this is a Ryan Stegman cover. Venom War Carnage, issue number 3. This is the final issue of this 3-issue miniseries. This is cover A. And then we got this Greg Land variant, cover B. Venom War, Lethal Protectors, number 2. Penultimate issue of this 3-issue miniseries. Again, they're doing these little 3-issue thingies to tie into Venom War. This is cover A, and this is cover B. This is a Lim, not Ron, but this is a Lim variant, and I like this. It's very Derek Chew-ish. If you've seen Derek Chew's covers, then you know what I mean, especially White Widow. Werewolf by Night, issue number 3. I would love to tell you something about this issue other than the covers look cool, but I can't because all of these issues are polybagged, which means they're in the bag, which means that you can't read them unless you buy it because it's red-banded. And unlike Wolverine Revenge or Blood Hunt, they aren't doing PG covers or PG issues. So I don't know what the art is. I don't know what the story is. All I know is that the covers look cool. So yeah. Here we have the second printing of Wolverine number 1. In case you missed the first, this is the Patrick Gleason variant cover. That was a foil variant for the first printing. But now Pat has graduated to the cover for the second printing right here. Here we have X Factor, issue number 3. Poor Havoc. And it kind of looks like those are Doc Ock's limbs right there. Sort of, kind of, maybe. Doc Ock. What? And here we have X-Men number 6. I was kind of disappointed because Stegman isn't doing the art on this issue, but the gentleman or lady, I don't know who it was. I think their last name was Diaz. Whomever they got to do the art for this issue was good. So it was okay. Speaking of Derek Chew, here we go. This is a Derek Chew variant of Magneto. Right there. This is a Antonio Doom variant. I don't know what Antonio's first name is. Apologies. But there you have Doom grabbing Magic. Because see, you see her bottom half in the upper left-hand corner. And then he's grabbing her top half as she's porting. You can say porting too. Whatever. Okay. I have to give you a trigger warning for this next and last book. Because in 2 dimensions, I find this stuff offensive. But for some reason, somebody said, hey, you know what? 2 dimensions aren't enough. Rob Liefeld needs to be in 3 dimensions. So for some reason, they've done this issue, according to this, in spectacular 3D. This also is bagged, sealed for our protection. So I didn't get a chance to see this in 3 dimensions. But I do have it. It is bagged. Comes with glasses. And if you want your senses to be assaulted in 3 dimensions, this, my friends, is the book for you. And last but not least, we are headed over into Indie Land. No, not Indiana Jones land. The Independent. The Land of Independence. And this right here is Creepshow. Issue number 2. This is a Martin Morazzo cover, and I was hoping he did something in the interior, but unfortunately, he just did the cover. But you know what? That's A-okay. Because inside is Jorge Fornes and Stefano, I don't know how to pronounce Stefano's last name, Raffaele? I don't know. And their art is good. I didn't get a chance to read the story. Here's a Jorge Fornes variant, the B cover. Both of these are good. I do kind of like this one, though, because it has the top part, with the logo and all that. This one here, it's kind of smallish. But this is creepy, as is this. So either one, can't go wrong. So if I sell out of one, it's okay, because I'll have the other one for as long as that one lasts, too. Next book is Day of the Dead Girl. Now, this is issue number 1. I don't know. It looks like it says Magma Publishing, I guess. This cover is notable because it is co-written by AJ Lee, who is CM Punk's wife, who also used to wrestle. And I don't know who her co-writer is, nor do I know. I think it's, I don't know who did the art in here either, but I like the art. The art is good in this issue. So hopefully the writing lives up to the art. Godzilla's Monsterpiece Theater is up next. Now, this says it's issue number 1, but I'm pretty sure this is a one-shot. But it doesn't matter because this cover is just so damn cool. Like, this is just cool. You can see it on the screen. You don't need me to tell you, but this is a really cool cover. And this is by Tom Scioli, I think is how you say that last name. And there's also a B cover. This one's okay. This is awesome. Okay. Awesome. But yes, Godzilla versus Gatsby. Up next, Hack Slash Body Bags. This is a Hack Slash Body Bags crossover. They were both titles that Jason Pearson happened to write and draw. And he passed away, and they decided to honor his legacy by doing this. The art is by Stefano Caselli, and I don't know who did the writing. I apologize, but it's good. Here's a Derek Robertson variant cover for you. Either one is fine. Get this Stefano Caselli variant A cover or the Derek Robertson variant. This is by Dark Horse, and this is Headless Horseman Halloween Annual. 2004. And as you can see, it looks like the horseman is no longer headless because he actually has a horse's head. Go figure. But yes, if you want something creepy, spooky, this is definitely going to be up your alley. Moon Man, issue number 5. Now, I don't know if this is the final issue because they will be collecting all of these issues in trades or in a trade. So either this is the final issue or there will be more. I mean, there's only 2 choices, right? Here's the B cover, which, let me see, will it tell me who it's by? Oh, Stefano Simone. Stefano Simone. And then this Paris, oh boy, Paris Alien variant right there. Up next, we have Paranoid Gardens, number 4. Chris Weston does the A cover, but Trad Moore does the B cover. And I do like Trad Moore a lot. Or rather, I do like Weston a lot, but I do like Trad Moore slightly, just a smidge. No, I like them both. I don't want to, we're not doing the tribal stuff. They're both good. But you have options. You can buy cover A or you can buy cover B. Power Fantasy number 3, Casper Wingard. Yes, that's his cover right there. And then there's also this one by Paulina Nuchot. I think that's how you pronounce her last name. If it's not, I apologize. But I dig both of these covers. I mean, how many covers do you get a cow on the cover? Not many. Not many. And this one here by Paulina is just excellent. So I dig them both. Rook Exodus number 6 is up next. This is cover A by Jason Fabok and Brad Anderson. And this is cover B by Jason Fabok and Brad Anderson. I'm almost beginning to think that Jason Fabok has a, what's the word? He has a complex. He has a complex that he needs to draw every cover to the books that he does. Whenever he finds out there's variants, he's like, no, I'm going to draw the covers, damn it. And you know what? His art is excellent, so let him draw whatever he wants, because more Jason Fabok art in the world is a good thing. Yes, please. Sacred Damned. Now, I actually read this book, and this book was excellent. Creepy, horror, like Michael Walsh's art was good as usual. It was just a good book. I'm sad that there's only going to be one of them, but it was good. It was good. And Michael Walsh did this cover here. And this was the B cover by Tula Lotte, which I got for me because I like Tula's art. And apparently it's a connecting variant. Even better. Because this is part of the Horizon experiment, as you can see on the bottom of the cover in the middle there. So they're doing a bunch of one-shots. This is the second one. The first one was, I believe, by the Dodsons. Here we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, number 3. This is a Raphael Albuquerque cover with the interiors drawn by Cliff Chang. Sorry, that was my stomach if you heard that. I'm very hungry, have not eaten all day, and I'm waiting to go make some tacos and smash the hell out of them. This is written by Jason Aaron, and they're slowly getting the band back together because so far, the first issue I think was Donnie, the second one was Mikey, and then this one here, I won't spoil it for you, but if you know who carries size, then you're going to know what turtle this is. And I've already eliminated 2 possibilities. So here we have cover B by Cliff Chang, who also handles the art in the interiors. Then this was my pick of the 5. This is Kevin Eastman. I'll always pick Kevin Eastman. Always. Like, you just can't. If you are a Turtles fan, like, you gotta. Eastman and Laird, like, those are the dudes. So, yes. But Cliff's art was a close, I'll give him 3rd. I did like the serenity of this cover. To me, despite the fact that there's that Black Hawk chopper right there in the sun there, this is a very calming cover to me. As long as I don't look at the helicopter there. But this was the second. This was Jay Gonzo did this cover here. So it was Eastman, Gonzo, And then this Cliff. And maybe Albuquerque. But then there was also a 5th cover, also by Cliff Chang. So, you got 5 choices, my friends. Up next, we have The Moon is Following Us. Don't you hate when that happens? This is issue number 2. It's a 10-issue miniseries written by Daniel Warren Johnson, who I mentioned earlier. However, and Riley Rossmo did the cover, and Riley is also drawing the interior. But on the B cover, Daniel Warren Johnson. And in the interiors, he also handles some of the art duties. So this, my friend, is a win-win as far as I'm concerned. What's up, Spence? And we got 8 more of these. Yes, please, 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 and thank you. Tin Can Society, number 2. I liked the first issue. I did. So I'm hoping this issue is as good. This is a 9-issue miniseries. And yes, Spence, the moon is a stalker. It will always follow you, man. And let me tell you, though, the moon, the way it's looked for the past couple of nights, I'm fine with that. Very bright. Very big. Although, I think there was a meteor shower on the 20th. So having a bright moon wasn't necessarily a good thing, because then you wouldn't be able to see the shower. But, you know, what are you going to do? Here we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Saturday Morning Adventures number 18. This is cover A, and this is cover B. Now, I had to choose between the two, because, I mean, I could grab both, but I really didn't. I wanted to leave something for someone else, so I chose this one. I like the way you got the entire cast on there. Besides the guys, you got Splinter, you got April, you got Bebop, Rocksteady, I think, and you got Krang. And then, I don't know if that's Casey. I mean, I can't tell. But, although I do like this one too. But, yeah, you got to choose. Sometimes you got to choose. I understand in this day and age, everybody thinks they're entitled to everything. But sometimes you got to make a difficult decision. And for me, that was cover B. Here we have Universal Monsters Frankenstein issue number 3. Now, this is a 4-issue miniseries, so that makes this the penultimate issue. Michael Walsh doing the art and the writing. And this cover, as a matter of fact. And then there was also this cover here by Julian Totino Tedesco. I dig them both. Sorry. I dig them both. Voices in My Head. This is a one-shot. Brian Bolland did this cover here. Now, the interior, it's an anthology. And I'm not going to bore you with my thoughts on anthologies, because I've said it ad nauseum, but you know what I think of anthologies. I like them. So there's a bunch of horror stories in this book. So it's almost like there's going to be a Halloween in a holiday. I just spoiled the punchline there. A holiday in a week or so, where there's spooky stuff going on, because there's a lot of spooky books this week. But this is another one. I mean, look at this right here. Brian Bolland. Come on, dude. Really good cover artist. Really good interior when he decides he's going to draw the interior. He is definitely one of the top artists as far as I'm concerned. Dude, his Killing Joke, iconic. Spence says, Universal Dracula was great. We'll have to pick up Frankenstein later on. Yes, don't sleep on that, my friend. As well as Creature from the Black Lagoon. Yeah, they've Tinian, he's the one that started everything with Dracula. They've been killing it, bro. Wait till you see the interiors. It's just good. It's just good. And I love good books. It's great when they do good books. Last, but definitely not least, Void Rivals, number 13. This is Lorenzo De Felici. I hope that's how you say his last name. This is cover A. And then this one here is cover B. And I do dig cover B slightly more than cover A. But they're both good. And I guess they've been trying to get the Energon universe streamlined. And Void Rivals is a part of that. Unfortunately, I haven't been reading it. So we're 13 issues in. I guess I'm going to have to cram 13 issues in to figure out how it factors into Transformers and G.I. Joe. Because why not? Right? And that, my friends, was the last book for the indies. So that brings us to the end of this stream. Anybody that's watching now, Spence, appreciate you. Same. Need to catch up on it. I need to start reading it, honestly. I did thumb through the first issue when I found out the twist that was in there. But yeah, I haven't been a regular reader. But me and Bobby K, we got history. So, yeah. That's it. As I was saying, if you're watching live, like Spence, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. I realize I had it set for 7:07. That was a pipe dream. But yes, I will try to get better with that, or maybe just guerrilla it and just go live, whenever, just not letting people. I promise you folks, the only thing I'm drinking is this Amazon energy drink, which tastes like purple. I'm not drinking. There is no alcohol. I don't drink. So I am not drinking anything alcoholic over here, I promise you. But thanks for watching. If you're doing it on replay, thanks for watching that too. And if you've happened to see something here and tomorrow comes and you go out and you buy something and you read it and you want to let people know it's a good book, you want to let me know it's a good book, please comment. That's what the comment section is for. Let me know if you saw anything on here. If I was wrong, which doesn't happen too often, but if I was wrong about something, let me know. I mean, if you think Rob Liefeld's art deserves to be seen in 3 dimensions, first of all, you're delusional. Second of all, hey, I like that for you then. I'm glad you found something you enjoyed. Take it easy, Spence. Me, on the other hand, 2 dimensions is more than enough. It's too much, as a matter of fact. But if you enjoy it, that's all that matters. But if you need to get in touch with me, as I said in the description, if you've seen something that you want to order and you happen to not be local, then please, you can get in touch with me. I can mail. There is something called the post office. There are individuals in my life that I know of who cannot use the post office for some reason. But I promise you, there is something called the post office. And if it's packaged correctly, you will be able to ship things from one state to another, or even from one country to another. It has happened. And I can get you these things. I have them in my store. I'm an actual store that sells these things. So get in touch with me. We can work something out, find you more things, find you whatever you want. It's all there. Go to direct.me/roguecomics for the lazy people. That's like myself. I did that for people like myself. All you got to do there's buttons, whatever deplorable social media you participate in, click that button and it will bring you to that social media, and then you can click a DM, whatever the message might be called. Send it to me. I will get it. We can talk. The top button is actually so you can call me and we can have a verbal conversation. But that's it. I am done. I hope everybody that has seen this has a great new comic book day, because there will be some good stuff coming out, as I have spent the past 45 minutes. Let me see, what time do we have here? 46 minutes now, showing you there's good stuff for everybody, and that's a win-win in my book. So that is it. Thanks for watching. Have a great new comic book day.